Good morning, everyone. Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to the Top Down Analysis, brought to you by your truly the Value Flow Trading team and powered by the Value Flow Trading team. Welcome to today's Top Down Analysis session, where we're going to be looking at the following currencies in this session of our market colleges for the London session. As usual, we will always have the London session by 8:30 a.m. every weekday when the markets are open, and then we'll have our New York session by 2 p.m. just before the New York session opens for the day. All right, so during this period, I'm going to be taking you through the following currency pairs and indices, starting off with the dollar index and then GBP USD, Euro USD. We're also going to have analysis from gold against the dollar, the yen basket, and then one or two other yen pairs to wrap up the session for today. My name is CJ, and I'm going to be taking you through this first session. And once again, you're welcome. So let's go through the dollar index. Very interesting times on the dollar index. A lot has happened this morning on the dollar index. If you start off looking at it on the weekly time frame, you're going to see that price has traded into one of our points of interest that we labeled a couple of weeks ago. I think during the first week of January, we labeled that point of interest. Just a moment, so I'll share my screen with you. All right, so there goes my screen. All right, so looking at the dollar index from the weekly time frame, like I said earlier, price has traded into a point of interest that we have, and we're waiting for it to get there. And we're expecting our retracements to start off from there, okay? Now, one of the reasons why we had that point of interest was looking at the last swing, from the swing high to the swing low. If you feed it, you see that that point of interest is lying right at our discount level, okay? Because we want to buy from discount, citing this level as our swing low and here as our swing high. Price traded into this level, and now we're expecting it to resume its uptrend, because already, if you look at the dollar index in retrospect, you see we've already established a bullish trend on the dollar index. So this is what we have on the weekly time frame, expecting that should continue going forward. Now let's look at the daily time frame. And daily time frame gives us more perspective as to why we had that point of interest. You can see that there is another block right here on the daily time frame, and it sits well at the previous the previous resistance level. So you can see that price has gotten there, and we're expecting a bullish resumption from where price currently is at the moment. Okay, so this is what we have on the dollar index. We're expecting that move all the way to the upside. All right, so for the 4-hour time frame of the dollar index, we're expecting to see price go ahead and break structures clearly on the 4-hour time frame. If we go to the lower time frame, we'll see that that has already been happening. But we want to get that established on the 4-hour time frame so that we'll fully go bullish on the dollar. Now, one of the earliest places to cite for an obvious break of structure is this level right here, 108.173 level. So we're expecting to see price break above that level, and then we'll go full-blown bullish on the dollar index. Now, the 1-hour time frame is already breaking the closest structure we can see. So that is already giving us a sign that we should be expecting bullish trend on the dollar index. So look at it here. Possibly see a clear break of structure from this level to the upside. However, we should also watch this level here, because it's possible to see price trade into this level right here. Yeah, so it's possible to see price trade into this level right here. This being the volume gap from last week into this week, there was a jump in price. So when price is retracing, one of the liquidity levels that price may want to fill is this volume imbalance right here. So we might see price return to this level before trading above. However, if it doesn't do so, we'll still continue trading in line with what we're expecting to see in the market, because there are previous instances of volume imbalances not being filled before price continued in the original direction that it was planning to. Okay, so that could possibly happen on the dollar index. Please let me know if you can hear me from your end. I just need someone to confirm my audio is up. Anybody, so long as you can hear me, just say yes, I can, so that we'll proceed. All right, sure. So if you have any issues, then it's probably your network because others are confirming. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So our audio is good. Anyone having issues? Probably your network. So you can just switch platforms. If you're watching on Zoom, you can switch to YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, you can switch to Zoom. The link are available in the Telegram group so that you don't miss out from what we're analyzing this morning. All right. So back to the dollar index. We said we wanted to see price break structure and close above this place very well before retracing and then continuing back to the upside. So that is what we want to see on the dollar index. But if that doesn't happen, we could see any resumption above. But then what is going to give us clear confirmation is a break above this level, and then we'll continue by. But if price doesn't break above this level, then we'll start reanalyzing our position of the dollar index. Because I mean, if you look at the 1 hour time frame, we're still in a downtrend on the 1 hour time frame. When price came here, instead of closing above, it was just a week. So it's looking like stock hunt. So we might see a sell-off on the dollar index this morning, mostly in this London session. New York session, of course, we're going to reanalyze our positions to know if we would maintain the same bias or we'll have a switch in bias. So we want to see what's going to happen. So this is a bit tricky, but for me, what I'll be looking out for is a sell-off on the dollar and then a buyback. Once price sells from this level all the way to this place where I've marked, then I'll be cautious and wait to see if I'm going to get a buy confirmation to take a buy trade all the way back to this upside, hoping for a break of structure. Okay, so this is going to be more like a scalp for today. So that is that on the dollar index. Now let's go over to Euro USD, starting off, of course, with the weekly time frame. Now, if you look at Euro USD on the weekly time frame, you can see that we've had some decent retracements from where price is. So look at this level from here all the way back here. You see that we're having a very decent retracement on the sell trend. So the price got to 61.8, close to 78.6, giving us some good place to sell off from. And then this weekly order block right here, price has gotten into it and we're seeing some signs of rejection from there. So let's see what's going to happen from this level going forward. So let's quickly look at the daily time frame to get clear perspective. Now, the daily time frame, one thing that I've observed that has been going on Euro USD is that price has been taking liquidity, diagonal liquidity, all the way that has been created from the upside. So this diagonal liquidity right here, price has just been taking them out one after another. So from this high, this, and this. So these are potential places where price could take out. Price has already taken out this first one, taking out the second, third, and then it's heading for the fourth one. So if the order block right here on this fourth one does not stop price from trading higher, then we would see price violating that high right there. So this is the order block I was speaking about. Okay, so this order block on the weekly time frames could engineer a sell, or price could violate it and take out the liquidity residing above it before it starts selling. Now, another thing that I want to show you on the daily time frame is this shoulder right here. If price is violating that order block, we know definitely where it's going to. So it could be going to this left shoulder right here. Remember our box pattern. So this is the left shoulder. There was a sweep, a breakout structure. So we might expect a return back here. So if for any reason we see price pushing higher as it has been, we would be targeting this place for our sell. So Euro USD, we have a sell bias on Euro USD. However, before price starts selling, we want to see more confirmation on Euro USD. Now let's look at the 4-hour time frame. And on the 4-hour time frame, you can see that clearly price hasn't broken structure, so we are still bullish on Euro USD on the intraday basis. Lower time frame is showing us bullishness. You can see for our structure is still bullish. There's been no break of structure yet on the 4-hour time frame, so we could still be bullish on Euro USD and possibly violate this order block here, trade into this left shoulder before we start seeing sales on Euro USD. So I'm having bullish bias this morning on Euro USD. But then one thing is staring me in the eye, which is on the 1 hour time frame. We're seeing a break of structure right here on the 1 hour time frame. So there's been a break of structure on the 1 hour time frame. Price has taken out this low and then closed below it. So we could see some signs of sell. However, on the daily time frame, we already see that there's been no clear structure for a sell. On the 4 hour time frame, no clear structure for a sell. On the 1 hour time frame, we're seeing something that looks like a break of structure. But then, since price has broken this level right here, we're expecting a retracement. So for a scalp, we might be looking to scalp a buy on Euro USD during the London sessions, all the way to the upside right here before we start seeing sales. So if that price trades to this level before selling, or trades all the way to that daily time frame left shoulder before selling. So this is what we're expecting on Euro USD. For me this morning, I'll be looking to buy Euro USD actually, so that I would buy it into all these gaps and imbalances that were created above before I start looking out for a sell. Because apart from the Euro USD, we have other things that we look at when we're considering sentiment. The dollar index on its own has not shown clear sign of strength for us to be looking to go fully short on Euro USD. So London session is already on. London session usually starts at 8 a.m. Nigerian time. So it's already on. And for Euro USD, which is a very London session based currency. So we're expecting this bullishness on the London session. So I'm expecting a buy on Euro USD in this session, at least all the way to this level back here before I start looking out for a sell again. So like I said, on the higher time frame, we've not gotten clear confirmation to resume the sales yet. So on that case, we're going to just be taking scalps on the lower time frame, like 15 minutes and 1 hour time frame, just like we're analyzing right now. So for Euro USD, I'm expecting a buy from where price currently is all the way to this level. So I'll go back to my lower time frames to look for entry signatures that I can use to take advantage of that buy on Euro USD and then trade it all the way to the upside. So I would expect you to do the same. One thing that you can look out for, seeing that price has made this expansion, you can wait and see if price is going to come back here. Okay, so this is one place I'm expecting price to come back to. And then secondly, expecting to see if price is going to come back here. So any of these two levels, once you see price return back there, you'll be taking Euro USD all the way to the upside. So my analysis, my bias for Euro USD is for a buy. You can see it's already buying on the lower time frame. So just wait for it to return back to any of these. In fact, these two zones, let's just make this a clear-cut zone from here to here. If price just returns to this level, I'll be looking for a buy on Euro USD with my stop loss right here. So let me do this. Okay, quite decent amount of pips in terms of the stop loss. Okay, so this is what I'm expecting on Euro USD. Return to this level and then the trade back upwards all the way here. So even though it's about 40 pips to target, you should be able to catch something for the day. All right, so this is what I'm looking out for on Euro USD. This is my trade setup for this morning London session, the Euro USD buy from here all the way to the upside. So you can replicate this on your charting platform so that if it aligns with what you're analyzing, you will be able to take something off that trade. All right, so let's move over to GBP USD. So on GBP USD, looking at the weekly time frame, of course, we've seen that clear break of structure. Price has already taken another liquidity in this level right here. And that trend started from here. Okay, so the trend started from here and then traded all the way down here. Now we're seeing that price is at equilibrium, which is about 50%. We expected so we're expecting price to continue. Sorry about that. We're expecting price to continue to the downside, seeing that it has traded to some discount level. Once we see confirmations, we'll be looking to go short on GBP USD. Now on the daily time frame, let's take this off. So on the daily time frame, you can see that price has returned to the other block, which originated that sell trend to the downside. You can see this other block right here. So we're expecting to see if price is going to continue trading to the downside from this level, and then we'll take it all the way downwards. Now let's quickly look at 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time frame, you can see that for us to have a clear break of structure is still very far. At least this level right here, at least. Right, we could also be looking at this one as the most obvious, but at least we should be targeting this level right here. So for Euro USD, price has got into a significant place where we could be expecting for GBP USD, I beg your pardon. Price has got into a significant place where we should be expecting a sell resumption from. But we'll be very careful to make sure that everything aligns before we take that trade, because on the lower time frame, if you look at it from this angle, you see that we're on a bullish trend. If you look at it from the 1-hour time frame also, we're on the bullish trend. On the 1-hour time frame, we've not gotten any clear break of structure yet. So I always like to trade confirmation when price is not so clear, or when I'm trading against the trend. So you can wait for a break of structure here on the 1-hour time frame, and then take your buys. All right, or take your sells rather when price breaks the structure. Other than that, we're still in a buy trend on GBP USD on the higher time frame. So except you want to now take quick scalps on the lower time frame, even on the lower time frame, you can see how the swing is wide apart. So it is going to give it enough room to make some manipulations, seeing that this is the swing low and this is the swing high. There might be some manipulations before price finally gives you clear-cut direction on where it's headed for. So I would rather stay out on GBP USD and trade a Euro USD setup that is looking clean and clear. And then when GBP USD finally aligns, I can now take my setups from there and take the trade. So for GBP USD, my overall bias is that we could see price selling off, because on the 4-hour time frame, it has gotten to a good point of interest for a sell, right, which is somewhere here. This is a very good point of interest for a sell of GBP USD. But however, price has already moved farther away from that. So I would wait for another entry, waiting to see liquidity grab and a retracement. Then we would see price make another good entry from where we're expecting it to get to, right? So that is what we're expecting on GBP USD. So when it breaks that structure, we'll have clear bias on the direction, okay? All right, all right. So let me take a few comments and questions before we continue with gold and then the yen basket. So first person asks, please, when is the new London session starting? London session has already started. Starts around 8 a.m. Nigerian time, right? Because of the daylight saving shifts. 8 a.m. Nigerian time, the London session is already in play. And then by 9 a.m., bond market and stock market are fully open around most countries in Europe. So between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m., we'd have the first and the second push of the London session. Okay, so I hope that explains it clearly. Now, for the second person asks, please, what are the other things we look at when considering sentiment? Now, when considering sentiment, we're trying to look at what other currencies and what other economies think about that particular currency that we are looking at. So if you're looking at the dollar, we need to factor in what those in Europe, what those in Asia, and then other major countries or economies are thinking about the dollar, so that we can also do the same as they are doing. Because if you're looking at what the Americans alone are thinking about the dollar, it may not give you clear-cut direction on where the dollar is headed. So we'd like to factor in what others are thinking about the dollar, and then would be able to get clear direction on the dollar for that session or for that day or for that period that we're analyzing. All right, so I hope this is clear. Okay, thank you very much. So right away, we're going to be continuing this analysis, starting off again with the analysis on gold against the dollar. We had so many wonderful gold signals last week, and I guess those who took it were in good and decent profit. All right, especially for our students who we have on our student group and in signal group, we're able to make some decent profit from gold analysis. So you should also pay more attention to our gold analysis that are going to be coming out this week and the signals that we're going to be giving out this week. All right, so let's move to the analysis on
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Market Color brought to you by the Value Flow Trading Team. And that was a very insightful and deep, as an in-depth analysis from CJ. Father CJ, thank you very much for the analysis. All right, so if you can hear me loud and clear, just type in the chat box. You can hear me loud and clear, so we can quickly move to the analysis of the day. All right, so this morning we are going to start with the precious metal gold, and from there we move to Japan to see what is going on the yen basket, and from there we now move forward to see if there is any asset class we are looking to trade right away. All right, so if you can see my charts, just let me know in the chat box if you can see the chart right now, please. All right, all right. Okay, so let's quickly move to the analysis. All right, so this is it. Last week was a very, sweet week for everyone trading good. Yeah, I won't assume everyone trading good. I mean, if you are on our, analysis, you are on our group, our page where we analyze the market. So it was a very great week last week, as we have some trade calls for the precious metal. So this week again, this is our outlook for gold. So just pay attention as we move forward. All right. So today, looking at it from the daily time frame, like we've established the facts last week that we already see some level of market structure shift here, and we've been waiting since November last year for price to reverse back all the way into this POI. So every moment we see a sell signature inside this zone since last week, we are taking advantage of it. We've been taking advantage of it every moment we see a sell signature in this particular zone for the sell of the precious metal. So every time the signature shows up, we sell it. And where are we expecting it to sell into? We're expecting it to sell all the way into this level first, particularly this low here. So that is where we are still expecting it to sell into. So let's move to the 4-hour time frame. After establishing the fact that we are expecting a bearish move for the precious metal, on Friday we first took a particular move that kicked us out, and we later went again. All right, that was a very great one on Friday. All right, so for the 4-hour time frame, if you look at the chart, you are going to see the overall trend right from this level still remains very, very bullish all the way to the upside. But from the higher time frame, since we are in a sell zone on the daily time frame, and as we all know that the higher time frame controls the lower time frame. However, lower time frame makes up the higher time frame. So we still expect the move from the higher time frame to still dominate the market, which is the sell move. So last week, if you look at it, price is still coming all the way down. And since we already see market trade below this order block here, reason why we are seeing some level of reaction here is because of the price action that we have here. So what exactly are we going to see moving forward? Again, let's check the 1-hour time frame to see, have we now see the confirmation on 1 hour. Now on the 1-hour time frame, we see price traded below this first level, broke structure for the first time, and the second one right at this level. So what I am expecting now is if this candle closes below this point, then all we just be waiting for is for price to trade a little bit more to the downside, somewhere around this place. Now if you see where price is currently now, we are expecting it to retrace a little bit back up to this particular shoulder level. You can see this is the shoulder level here. So we are expecting price to trade all the way into this shoulder level here, and from there continue its move to the downside. So that is the move of the week. However, if price gets here, we won't just fold our hands and be looking where exactly are we heading to. So when price get to this particular zone, let me mark it out so we can take opportunity of it. So when price get to this zone here, we may want to look for a buy opportunity when we see a buy setup, like our entry signature for a buy. If it shows up inside of this zone, we are going to buy it again all the way into this shoulder here. This is the shoulder right at this top here. You can see where we already mark here. So that is where we are looking out for. So we want to see something like this play out. Price to trade somewhere all the way down here. When it gets to this place, give us a buy signature. Then we follow it all the way up here. And when it gets back to this place that we are seeing here, now two things will happen. Is either price gets to this reference point that we have here, you can see the order block, the fair value gap, or it gets to this shoulder here. So when you see a sell signature inside of this zone, you may want to take it first. That's the first leg. Then if that fails, then we are going to wait for price to come all the way into this shoulder. But this will be the very clean and the neatest move if you want to trade it, because liquidity has been built here. So we expect price to come back and grab liquidity around this level. Then when it gets here, then we want to keep shorting all the way to the downside for the precious metal. All right, so after we start selling from that point, where are we heading to again? We are coming all the way into the 2725 level, which is this place. I mean, this is the move for today into tomorrow. So that is what we are looking out for today into tomorrow for the precious metal, particularly on the 1 hour time frame. So let's go to the 15-minute time frame to see if we have some other, refinement inside of that particular zone. All right, let's see if we have some other refinement there. So if you look at it on the 15-minute time frame too, you see the reason why price actually came back immediately at the Asian session, because we already have a jump and a gap inside here. So it's expected that price, come all the way to feel it all through. And for those who trade Asian session, this was a very massive move, because price came to cover the gap and at the same time cleared liquidity, now give a sell pattern inside of this place, then just eat it there and allow it to run all the way to the downside. Now I believe you can see why we intend to see if we see any buy entry. Now you can see this is the shoulder, we've seen the sweep, and we've seen the possible break to the upside, but price did not reverse all the way down. So that is my reason of waiting for price to get to somewhere here. When price gets here and gives a buy signature, then I follow all the way back to the upside again. When we get to the upside, where is the signature for a sell again? You can see liquidity is resting just at this particular point. So this would be my very confident level to sell gold again. But we may see price not move to that side, because the momentum on the daily time frame is very, very much so. It's giving a very large momentum for a sell on the daily time frame. So price may just get to this particular level here. You can see there is a fair value gap there. And if you go to the 1 hour time frame, we are going to see is two reference points that is there. We have the order block and the fair value gap. So when price get there, we may see price begin to sell all the way to the downside. So that is the outlook for gold today. London session into the New York session. So this morning for the London session, I believe is a sell move all the way since the move on at the Asian session has been a sell, and we've been seeing the London session open to moving all the way to the downside. So this may be what will happen into the day. We may end up seeing more sell-off in the course of this London session. Then towards the mid-London, we see buy. Then the New York session will continue the sell. All right. So this is the move for the day. I know some will be like, this is very much is a normal move for the precious metal on a daily basis. All right. So let's quickly get to Japan to see what is happening with the yen basket. All right. So for Japan, for the yen, on Friday, there is an increase in the interest rate of the yen on Friday from 25 basis points to 50. That is a massive one. That is a very, very massive one. So, and what we are looking out now for the yen basket, let's even look at it from the daily time frame. Remember, we expect the yen basket to still clear liquidity more, like we said last week, and it was a sell week for the yen to clear liquidity here. Now, upon that increase in their interest rate, that really, yes, is a nice thing. And even this week, we are expecting FOMC for dollar. We have been seeing some speculations on the interest rate of the United States, that there is high tendency for US to cut rate again. And if that happens, then we may see a sharp move more for the yen basket to clear liquidity somewhere, just as we have this markup here, and begin to move all the way to the upside, knowing fully well that it's been a very long time that the yen basket has been selling. If you look at it, even from the monthly time frame, you are going to see the yen has been in a big dungeon all the way down there. And if you look at it even on the weekly time frame, it is massive. So we've seen how price has come all the way down, and we've seen the market structure shift to the upside. So what we are expecting now is price to come, clear liquidity here, and we resume all the way to the upside. Where are we heading to? If price picks up from this level, we are coming all the way into this level here. All right, so that is it for the yen basket on the daily time frame. Now if you now look at it on the 1 hour time frame for the yen basket, you are going to observe since the release of the interest rate on Friday was a massive sell day for the yen basket, you can see. However, we see some level of push to the upside. So what will make me now consider buy of the yen is if it trades above this level, and we've not seen that happen. And if it trades above this level, it will still come back to clear liquidity at this level here and keep moving. So since we are not trading the yen basket, what does all this information interpret on the other yen correlated pair? Now let's quickly take a look at GBP JPY. If you look at GBP JPY from the 4 hour time frame, you are going to observe that since we've moved on Friday, we are expecting it to come all the way down, and you can see how it came to clear liquidity at this particular high here. So that is what price came to do, and price already tapped there. So we expect it to come all the way down. And remember that the overall move that we are still expecting on the yen is for it to still pull back a little bit to clear liquidity below. And if that is going to happen, we should see the yen basket, something of this nature should happen on the yen basket. We should see something of this nature. We may see price, tap this way, then boom, all the way here. And when price gets to somewhere here, then we will now see the massive sell of the other yen correlated pair, GBP, JPY, AUD, JPY. And what is giving us that pre-information? If you look at the daily time frame of the GBP, JPY, you are going to see we already have a massive market structure shift since last year. So all this that is just happening is just price is just stalling in between, and that's why we are just scalping in and out, in and out. So where we still expect price to come into for GBP JPY is somewhere here. Then we will resume the massive sell of GBP JPY to the downside, and when it begins to sell, we are expecting it to come and clear this particular low that we have here. You can see this massive move here, we are expecting something like that to resume when price get to this place all the way to the downside. Now, will it happen now? I don't know. Will it happen later? I don't know. But if you look at this particular trend line moving right now, you are going to see that price seems to be bouncing off it. So when price keep moving all the way to this place, does it look like a trading pattern to you? Something like something wedge? I won't mention more than that, but you can see how price is moving all the way up. So we expect more rally for the GBP JPY to the upside before the massive collapse to the downside, such as we have at this particular point. All right, so that is it. Now, what is the now trade for GBP JPY? Let's look at it on the 1 hour time frame first, then we now go to the lower time frame. All right, for the 1 hour time frame, we've seen that price seems to still be moving all the way up, but like what we saw on the 4 hour time frame, we've seen that price already cleared this jump that we have here, the weekend jump. Price already tapped into it. Now all we are expecting now for a GBP JPY is for it to sell all the way first to this level here. This is a shoulder here, you can see is very obvious here. So for it to sell all the way here, so we can see price should sell into this 1 hour order block. When price gets to this 1 hour order block, then we may look out for, if we see any buy opportunity there, we may follow it up. But if it did not give a buy signature at this point, then where exactly are we coming to? We are coming back to this low here, and this is going to be the move for GBP JPY. All right, you can see there's even a confluence of it, this order block on the 1 hour time frame. So we are coming back there, and when price gets there, look at, there is a big high tendency for price to clear liquidity at this level here. So your SL should be below this twin resistance here. You see it's twin support here rather. So just put it below here, and price should clear this liquidity point, then we follow up again. So that is the outlook for GBP JPY. If you check it on the 15-minute time frame, it seems to have a similar price action. All right, so first we expect it to come all the way trade into this place. So moving forward today, trade for the day for GBP is this massive sell coming down, and it's still coming all the way into this shoulder level here. So we expect it to get here and start moving. Are you seeing what I'm seeing somewhere here? You can see the fair value gap we have here. So this may be the reference point. When price tapped into this place and you see your buy signature, just follow it all the way to the upside. But as it's still coming, even if you go to your 5-minute time frame, let's see if you are going to see a sell entry on 5 minutes to follow down. Yes, there is. So we may see price, if price comes all the way back to this level here, you can see it somewhere here. If price comes back all the way to this level here, then we can follow it all through to that level we have on the 15-minute time frame. So these are our entries for the GBP JPY trade for the day. So we have first, if price pull back all the way to this level, we are looking for opportunity to sell. All right, so we have something like this. If price do something like this here, then we should look for opportunity to sell. I would want to sell when price tap into this order block here. Yes, so that would be like 25, almost 30 pips SL. And you know what we are targeting? We are coming all the way down on the 15-minute time frame. So that is the trade for the day. We are coming all the way into this point. So when price trade all the way into this point, I am going to offload. Then you wait to see price, get to this particular point and give a buy signature. When a buy signature shows up here, then we may easily take it up again, and this is what is going to happen. We are going to have something like this on the 15-minute time frame. We are going to have something like this with our SL. The buy signature should come a bit here. Yeah, so we can have something like this with our SL just below here, like 25 pips. Then we are going to follow it down to the upside. All right, so this is the move we are looking at. However, on the 1 hour time frame too, we also have an entry signature there too, which is this low here. So you may want to mark out that one too, your buy at this zone, and you follow through. So that is all for GBP JPY. And lastly, before we call it a day, for AUD JPY, what are we seeing on AUD JPY? Like we all know that they have similar price action. All right, so this is it for AUD JPY. On the 1 hour time frame, all we are seeing is price should come out. Now if you look at AUD JPY from 4 hour time frame, we have an entry there on Friday, just that our SL was very tiny. I was looking to short AUD JPY on Friday, but I was stopped out because of my little entry. So it wasn't very specific. I went to take the trade on 5-minute entry. However, it was a sell move on Friday. You get the point now. So this is it. Our price came to clear this liquidity here on the 4 hour time frame and begin to sell all the way to the downside. Even though I saw the re-entry, but I couldn't enter again. All right, so this is the move here. This is the shoulder. You've seen how price is moving. So we are expecting more sales for AUD JPY. Now, what is going to be the entry of that sell, even on the 1 hour time frame? Now, on the 1 hour time frame, I'm still expecting price to trade a little bit more to come and close this gap proper. So we may see something like this. Price tap into this level here, clear liquidity at this point, then this would be another sell zone for us to follow it all the way to the downside. And when it comes down, where are we looking out to offload? This is going to be the point of offload for AUD JPY. And if you want to buy, this is going to be the point of buying AUD JPY. You can see we already have our markups there. So all you need to do is just watch out for all these trade entries and take the opportunity once and for all. So that is all for the market analysis for this week. So is there any question, please? Let's quickly take your question. All right, if there's any question, quickly type, let's know. And if there's no question, then we are going to meet again during the New York session. All right, question. Okay, Mr. Sheikh, go ahead, sir, go ahead. Please go ahead, Mr. Sheikh. Mr. Shea said, if inflation continues to rise, should we still expect gold to sell? Now, if inflation continues to rise, that's now for the dollar now, then we shouldn't expect that. However, looking at the technicals, we are seeing that gold should still pull back a bit because it's highly overpriced now. We've seen it in the all-time high, but the yearly analysis, like the yearly outlook for the precious metal this year, because and knowing fully well that that is what US is trying to curtail. The inflation is what US is trying to curtail. And if this is going to be what we are seeing on the dollar particularly, then we may see gold sell to some level, particularly to the 2005 level. Then we may now begin to see it buy again all the way to the upside. So that is what I'm still hoping to see. But technically, we are seeing that is in a sell zone where it ought to come down. And fundamentally, it's already overpriced, and it's need, like we all know, if anybody would want to invest in that, we need to see price come a little bit into discount, then we can follow it back up to premium. All right, so that is the outlook for gold moving forward. Any other questions, sir? I believe that is clear, please. All right, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Okay, if there is no any question, make sure you trade cautiously and use your proper risk management strategy. Till we meet again for the New York session by 2 p.m. Lekon Shiemi. Cheers and God bless. And for those who are on our, students where we share the trade, let's meet today again and take the best opportunity in the market. And if you want to join, all you need to do is just to reach out to us on the WhatsApp, Telegram, WhatsApp page, or our Telegram handle, any of our social media handle. We are there to attend to you. We can't wait to have you on board. Cheers and God bless.